Hello, hello, y'all. This is Laurie with Laurie Resiliently Crafting. How y'all doing today on this marvelous Monday? It's been crazy here. It's been crazy. Just waiting on Karen to finish up. She's just about done. But welcome, welcome. We are in the Lolly's Crafty VIP Friends VIP group today. And it's Crafter's Choice. My fave. So how y'all doing? Did y'all have a great weekend? Did y'all have a good weekend? I hope so. My phone's a little wonky, but it's okay. If y'all can handle it, I can handle it. So we're just waiting on Miss Karen to finish up. She made a beautiful arrangement. And I have several that I have to go back and watch, y'all. I had a doctor's appointment this morning, which was 45 minutes away. So, you have to get there early and then wait. And of course, my appointment was at 12:30, and I didn't even get back there in the room till 1:30. And I was freaking out because it still take me 45 minutes to get home. But I got home in time, y'all, and I didn't drive crazy. So welcome. If you're here, say hey so that I know that you're here. And if by chance you see this little red button right here, you caught me live. If not, just do #replay. And I'll get back to you just as soon as Mr. FB lets me see you. He's been hiding my comments. I have looked for the last 3 days to reply to comments, and they're not coming up. And it's really making me angry. But what can you do? Right? So just waiting on, let me go ahead and, I think Karen is just about done. She's just about done. Because she's still got 2 more minutes. Hey, Ollie, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing, girl? I didn't speed. I didn't speed, and I got here in time. Yeah, needless to say, I ran in the house, grabbed me something to swallow, and because I took my medications and it was burning a hole in my belly, I was like, oh, I've got to have something on my stomach. So I grabbed a sandwich and was eating it as I was coming out here to the craft room, trying to get things situated, and I can't find my darn wooden words. Got me in awesome sauce, so let me hit my refresh button so we can refresh. There I is. Let me turn my volume off so we don't hear me twice. We don't want to hear me twice. We don't want an echo, do we, girl? We don't want an echo. Okay. All right. Yay. Okay. Come on now. Okay. There we go. So how y'all doing today? Like I said, things been kind of crazy today because I had a doctor's appointment, and I know better than to schedule. But I thought, well, my appointment's at 12:30, and, I'm not going live till 4 o'clock, so it'll be okay, right? Yeah. Anyway. Hey, Diana, how you doing, beautiful? And Mandy, Pumpkin's Crafty Creations, how you doing? Thank you for sprinkling me, sweet friend. And Patty Millage, hey, girl, hey. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate you. I really, really, truly do. All right, y'all, let's get started. I'm ready to craft. Hey, Karen Jean. Hey, beautiful. Yes, good afternoon. Did I say good morning? I'm sorry if I did. Like I said, it's been a crazy day. It's been crazy already. This is one of those surfaces we used to be able to get from the DT that they no longer sell anymore. I think I got 2, maybe 3 left. I've been kind of hiding them and hoarding them. Hey, Robin, how you doing? You've been out of town, girl. I hope you had a good time, girl. Hope you had a good time. Yes, Karen Jean, my sweet friend. So we're going to use this as our surface, and we're going to put this scrapbook paper in the middle. It's not quite big enough, but we're gonna work with it. Hey, Trisha, Patricia's Craft Studio, how you doing? And Liz, hey girl, hey. I appreciate y'all being here and popping in. I do. All right, so the color that I want to use on the surface is Dixie Belle's and the color Burlap. Dixie Belle Burlap. So that's what we're going to use, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. You just don't even know how much. Awesome. That's awesome when you get to go out of town and enjoy yourself. Hey, Kimmy, Treasure Trunk by Kimmy. How you doing? And Carol, hey, girl, hey. Thank y'all for being here. And there's Handmade with Love by Amy. Hey, girl. How you doing? So we're going to go ahead and paint this. I know watching somebody paint can be boring, but it's part of the process, you know. We got to trust the process, right? Trust the process. So did everybody have a good weekend? Everybody have a good weekend? My sister and brother-in-law stopped by Saturday because they came and picked up my mama's car so that they could take it up there and get it sold, because they live in a bigger community, a lot more people, and I wasn't getting any hits down here, and the ones that I were getting were ridiculous. So, you know, we need to, because my mama, since she moved up there rather quickly, there's several things that she needs to have. And rather than it costing us money, and she doesn't need to be driving anymore. I forget, somebody had told me that back when we were talking about her having dementia and trying to get her driver's license. Do I really think she need to be driving? Well, my sister and I decided that no, she does not need to be driving anymore, because it's just getting worse. Now, granted, my sister has taken her off of all her medications that had statin in it. Hey, Mischievous Manners Creations, that's Tanya. How you doing, beautiful? How you doing? So she did take her off of all her medications that had statins in it. And believe it or not, they had her on 9 different medications for her heart that had statins in it. Why? You know, why? So no wonder she was losing her mind, right? Can't remember nothing. But now she's in denial that she'll tell you that she does not have dementia, which we all know that she does. But it's part of the disease. I've been doing a little bit of research on it so that I could help my sister as well with the situation, because it's hard. It's hard on the family. It's harder on the family than it is on the individual that has it, really, because, you know, they don't know what they say or what, you know, the actions that they take. They don't understand that you know, that they say or do something that may hurt somebody's feelings, when some days they remember you and some days they don't, you know. But anyway, so I got to see my sister and brother-in-law for a little bit. They stayed about an hour, and they traveled back home the same day and got home safely, thank God. And now my mama, she stayed up there because my brother lives there too. So she stayed home with them because it's too much of a haul for them back and forth, right? This color is Burlap by Dixie Belle. Burlap is the color Burlap, and I like it. Let me grab me another baby wipe here because I'm already getting it on my fingers. And I did put my lotion on, so it doesn't take nothing for it to come off when you got your lotion on. I made a mistake the other day, and I don't know if y'all seen my reel or not, of the other Santa Claus that I did, my third one. And I got it to the booth Saturday, and I got home probably an hour after I got home. I got a message from somebody, a friend of mine that lives in the next town over, and she wanted it. So I had to turn around this afternoon when I got home got on my way back from the doctor. I had to go back by the booth and pick it up. But in the process of doing that, because I used plaster paints, the Ruby Slipper, because that's a really pretty red. And thank you, Karen. It's a Walmart special, hon. Walmart special. Hey, Irma, how you doing? Is that Irma? Or is it Iona? Hey, girl. Hey, how you doing, beautiful? And Cheryl, hey. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I do. But, what was I saying? Anyways, I got to visit with my brother-in-law and my sister for a little while. It wasn't a long trip because, you know, they had to turn around and go back to North Carolina all on the same day. And that's rough on somebody that doesn't have back issues or knee issues or anything like that. It's just, you know, sitting in the car all day is hard on anybody. And it's worse when you have issues. So that they opted into just letting Mama stay at home with my brother and his fiance and you know, just hang out with them rather than her coming all the way down here and then have 1,000,001 questions that, you know, you kind of get aggravated and you have to keep answering them same questions so that she knows, and that just makes it harder on everybody. It makes it harder. Hey, Taylor by Debbie, how you doing, sweet friend? My tongue's not working today either. My tongue's not working today. Yeah, it took my appointment. It took longer for me to get to see the doctor than I actually saw the doctor. Yeah, but it was just my monthly, not my monthly. I go every 3 months. It's my pain management doctor. And it's just was just my follow-up to make sure everything's going right, my medicines are still working, all that stuff, you know. And besides that, because it is an opioid, the law will not allow them to do prescription refills and stuff like that over the phone. You have to do that in person, and you have to go at least once every 3 months. That's as long as they can allow you to go without being seen by a doctor. And it's all because of the people that abuse it. It's all because of the people that abuse it. My husband and I both are on pain meds because he's got rheumatoid arthritis really bad. I've told you all that. And he has to deal with that on a regular basis. Plus he has, back when his younger days, his partying days, down here in South Georgia, they have spring boils or spring-fed boils, and they stay 63 degrees all year long. It doesn't matter what the temperature is outside, whether it's winter or summer. It's always 60. The temperature of the water is always 63. Thank you, Diana. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, Karen. You also have RA? Yeah, it's hard stuff to deal with. It is. And it doesn't ever get easier with the RA. It's some rough stuff. Oh, we got a big old line right here. Don't want that on there. Let's get that off. We did a little organizing, get over the crud. Oh, goodness gracious. Praying for you, sister. Praying. How's hubby doing? Is he feeling better? I know last time I watched you live, he had gone that day to the care clinic to see about getting on something, because when he gets sick, it takes him forever to get over it. Well, my husband coughed all weekend long, and I told him, I said, you need to go to the care clinic. I'm not going to no care clinic. I'm like, really? Well, this morning he got up, and when I texted him to let him know that I was up and I've been motivated and all the things, he said, I feel like crud. He said, I'm going to see if I can get an appointment with telemeds through his job, so he wouldn't have to leave work and all the things, and he could still get to be seen and get some medication in his system. And, well, unfortunately, it's a new program that they're not completely got it all set up yet, so he was unable to do that. So he ended up having to call our family doctor, and of course immediately they said, well, just pull up in the parking lot and let us know you're there, and we'll come out and swab you for COVID and for the flu. We don't want you to come in the building. So he wasn't real happy about that. I just pray he doesn't have either of them, because he gets sick really, really easy. And I take oil of oregano with black seed oil in it, in caplets. And I very rarely get sick, very rarely, because they kill viruses in your system. Hey, Mary T, how you doing, beautiful? Hey, Donna's Crafts. But he seems to get sick quite frequently. And I tried to tell him, you need to take those. But trying to get him to take a medication that's not prescribed by the doctor is almost like pulling teeth. And even the medications that the doctor prescribes, he gets, hey Jeannie, how you doing? He gets to feeling better, and he'll just quit taking them. Like, you can't do that with medicines, especially when it's for your heart. And he's got blood pressure issues. Well, Sunday morning he got up and he said, I got such a terrible headache. I was like, what in the world? Well, he went in there and pulled out the blood pressure cuff, and his blood pressure was 196 over 109. I was like, oh, you had better take your blood pressure medicine and quit playing with that. But you know, man, they hard-headed. They do what they want to do, how they want to do it, and they don't listen to you. They just don't. So he ended up taking his blood pressure medicines, and it did knock them back down to where they were supposed to be, thank goodness. I'm just going over this with another coat down here on the ends, because this is where the paint is going to show. So I want to make sure that it's all, it don't look like it needs another coat. You know what I'm saying? We don't want it to look like it needs another coat, and I didn't do it. So anyway, so y'all have a good weekend. My grandson's finally moved into my old craft room, and he is tickled. He is super tickled. He's liking that a lot, which I'm glad. And the next project is we have to pull the carpet up out of the other bedroom, because it's been there for 30 years. It's, you know, you have pets and teenagers and all the things, and it's time for it to come up. You know, and they do carry, your carpet carries allergens, and that's the room that my mother's going to be sleeping in when she does come to visit, so I don't want her to have to deal with all that. I am, while I'm got it out, we are going to go ahead and paint the back. And I forgot to turn my do not disturb on, y'all. Hold on, hold the phone. Okay. Okay, got it. There we go. Got it. Hey, Beth, how you doing? And there's Doodle Denise Designs. How you doing, beautiful? And Roger, hey. We still got Roger, Denise's Roger. We still got him on the prayer list. Even though we got a praise report that, you know, he doesn't have to do any chemo or anything like that, we still got him on the prayer list because we need him. We need that voice back. We need his voice back. And I'm sure he wants it back as well. And his wife too, right? Because we need him to spread the word. Spread that good news. We got to spread the good news. And if you don't have a voice, it's going to be hard to do. But I'm sure he'd find a way to do it anyway. But we really need him to heal up and get that voice back, so everything's back to the way it's supposed to be. Back to the way it's supposed to be. Well, this wood is just soaking up this paint. Just slurping it up like a Slurpee. Well, I drive home from work. You be careful, Roger. You be careful. Hey, Amy with Designer Roadkill. How you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, let's dry her up. Yes, we are keeping them, and it looks like that the church that my husband's been preaching at, they are going to vote him in. It'll probably be the first of the year before that actually happens, but they asked him yesterday if he'd be willing to preach the month of December as well. Because in October they asked him to preach the month of November. So now they asked him yesterday if he would preach the month of December as well. And then and asked him if he would be interested in being their pastor. They didn't come right out and say that we're going to vote you in, but they asked him if he would be interested in becoming their pastor. And he told them real quick, like, he said, I'm going to tell you, he said, I don't have a problem with being your pastor. He said, I'm just really gun shy because of the way the other church that he was pastoring at, the way that they did him. It was both of us, because we were both crushed by what they did and the way they went about what they did. It's just wrong in 100 different ways, and they shouldn't have done it that way, but, you know, they're the ones that's going to have to answer it to God, right? I'll message you and tell you, Denise, but it was a sticky situation. No, I'll just go ahead and tell you now. We had gone to church on a regular Sunday, just like we always did, and he preached that Sunday morning. Well, when he got done preaching, one of the deacons came up to him and told him that they were having a deacons meeting and he needed to be there that afternoon. Okay. Well, jokingly, Brian said to them, okay, what are y'all going to do? Get rid of me? Just joking, right? Joking around, cutting a fool, because, you know, they've all said that they wouldn't get rid of him and so on, and he let them know that he would never leave, just up and leave, and, you know, unless God called him to go somewhere else, he would give them ample time to get another preacher and all the things, you know, just being courteous. And the congregation loved him. Well, there was one deacon that when my husband was going to Bible college, he had asked Brian all kinds of questions about the Bible college, so on and so forth. Well, when then that deacon decided that he was going to go to Bible college as well. He was going to go to Bible college as well. So because he was a year behind my husband, you know, he was always asking Brian all kinds of questions about what to expect for that next semester and so on and so forth, and, you know, helping him out. And, you know, Brian didn't have no problem with helping him out. That's what we do, right? We help other people. And anyway, long story short, they ended up, that Sunday, he went to the meeting, and the meeting was at 4, and, no, back up, the meeting was at 5. Well, he left probably like 4:45 that afternoon to go to the deacon's meeting. He got there, and the head deacon and that particular deacon was there. The one that was also doing the Bible college was there. And he came in, and they told him that they felt like the church was losing membership. People were leaving the church because of him. And he thought, okay. Well, Brian thought that that the church had already voted him out because they asked him to resign, right? Well, that crushed him because he thought everything was going good. I thought everything was going good. Well, needless to say, it was not. Well, come to find out, long story short, is the gentleman that had taken the Bible classes as well thought, when he graduated, he thought it was his turn to become the preacher. That's what it come down to. So he made up all these different stories against Brian to try to get Brian to quit. Well, Brian's not a quitter, and he's not going to quit. Well, because they went about it the way they went about it and told him that it was already decided, that the church had decided that they needed him to resign, he just said, okay, I'll resign, you know. Well, he was so hurt when he came home that evening, he was squalling, crying. And when he told me, I broke down as well, because you grow to love these people. And let me get some Mod Podge. Sorry, y'all. So, like I said, he thought that, as well as myself, thought that, you know, that they had voted him out, you know. Well, that was not the case. What happened the next day, we started getting all kinds of phone calls from members in that church wanting to know why he left. What did they do? And he was like, y'all haven't done nothing. And he was like, I thought y'all voted me out. Well, come to find out, they did not. It was never even voted on. That one deacon took it upon himself to to ask Brian to resign, and the head deacon went along with it, which really upset me. Went along with it, which was wrong as also, because that's something that the church is supposed to vote on, in any church. And when we found out that it was never even voted on, we went from being hurt to being angry, because that was just wrong in every kind of way. Every kind of way. They went about it the wrong way. We even had some of them, a couple of the different members that had been going to that church for like 50 plus years. They said that they were going to leave the church because of that, you know, because they really enjoyed Brian. And Brian told them, don't you do that. Don't you leave that church because of me. There's something evil in that church, and you need to stay there and rebuke it and get it out of there. So, yeah, that's what happened with that church. So needless to say, we have been just a little bit leery about becoming attached to a new church. You know what I'm saying? And I know y'all understand where I'm coming from, because, you know, like I said, you learn to love these people, and, you know, when they're hurting, you hurt. But it was just, there was so many things done the wrong way, and we have found out since then that that particular deacon that caused all that ruckus wanted Brian's position, is what it was. He wanted to be the preacher, and from what I understand, it's been told that they were told that if he became preacher of that church, that there were several members that were going to leave, because he hasn't been called to preach. He just took the Bible college for his own self-justification, I guess, but that's not how God works, you know. Anyway, so that's why we're not at that church anymore. We were there 5 years, and we really and truly enjoyed it. But when something like that happens and things like that take place, it's time to let it go, right? Yes, it was terrible. It was terrible. Yep, that's what I told my husband. I said, I know we're supposed to forgive and forget, and I have forgiven, but it's still hard to forget, you know, that somebody would do something like that when you've done nothing to them, but deliver God's word, you know. So, you know, and it has taken a toll both on my husband and myself, because like I said, we had grown to love these people and care about them, and, you know, and did several funerals and weddings and all the things right there in that church, and then all of a sudden it's all gone, you know. But like one of our Brian's pastor's friends said, you know, it's sad. It's really, really sad, because you don't mess with God's anointed people. And my husband is anointed. He's been called to preach, and that's what he does. And he doesn't sugarcoat anything. He preaches fire and brimstone back in the day, because most preachers nowadays are afraid they may offend somebody by preaching that way. And Brian said, well, if you're not offended by something that's being preached in the Bible, you might want to check your inventory, right? You might need to check your inventory, because nobody's perfect. Nobody. There's only one perfect person in this world, and they nailed him to a cross, you know? So, and the Bible's meant to offend. Preaching isn't a feel-good thing. It's not. Because we're all sinners. Every one of us are sinners, whether we try to do good or not. Hey, Sister Sue, how you doing, beautiful? I missed you yesterday. I asked Carla what was wrong, and she said she didn't know. I said it's probably her lupus, because I know how that stuff gets you. I know how it gets you, girl. And this weather change sure don't help none. Okay, I think we got her down. I think we got her down. I think we got her down. Okay, now I'm going to quit teasing y'all. Yes, he does. He has other plans, and you wasn't on when I said it to begin with, but they asked Brian yesterday if he would consider becoming Tabernacle's pastor. And that's why I was talking about Lebanon, because of somebody had asked what happened to the other church. Anyway, okay, I seen Mandy doing a Santa Claus, and I was like, oh my goodness. Well, thank you, Denise. Thank you. I've lost 45 pounds. About that. I still want to lose another 20, but I asked my husband, I said, if I lose another 20, am I going to look sick? He said, well, you didn't look sick when I married you, and you were lighter then. That's right, Sue. So there's the Santa that I have, y'all. Now this, I've had it for a long time. I picked it up at a yard sale. I don't know where it come from. And if you look at it real close, I'm going to put you up real close. You see these little fibers? It's got fibers in it. I guess when the person made it, when they went to paint it, they put fibers in the paint. Oh, thank you, Karen. Thank you. So that he's got fibers all through his beard, all through the top of his hat, and all that stuff. And I think it's neat looking. And I've been wanting to use him, but I was like, you know what? It's okay that Mandy did a Santa Claus. I'm going to do one too. It's just going to have to be that way. It's just going to have to be that way. So I'm going to take this hanger off of the Santa so that we get good adhesion. And I'll probably use the hanger on the actual frame itself. Because it is, he's Plastered Paris, and he's very heavy. He's very, very heavy. But he's going to go on there like so. But we still got a lot to do. All right. Now, right here where the paper stops and the wood begins, I was thinking about taking this burlap, this right here. And I think this is the same stuff. I got it from Temu, but I believe it's the same stuff that the Dollar Tree has at one time. I'm not sure, but I think it is. And I was just going to put that down like so, just to, hey Lisa, how you doing, beautiful? How you feeling, girl? When's your appointment? When is your appointment? Are you getting, or have you already had your appointment? I know you were at the doctor's one day, and I let you know that I was praying for you then, but I didn't know if you've had the actual appointment yet or not. I went to my pain management today. A lot of reason why I lost the weight that I did was because of the fact that that extra weight was not helping me with my back issues at all. So I felt like it was time for me to lose a little of the weight. Okay, I'm going to use just some plain old tacky glue from the Dollar Tree. Yes, ma'am, we sure did. And I love listening to Mr. John. We sure did. We went to Sunday school as well as church service. It was really good. We enjoyed ourselves, even though Brian wasn't feeling good. But church always makes us feel better, even when you're not feeling the best, right? Always. Let me grab, let's just use this wonky brush here. And I'm just going to lay it out. Now this will dry clear, so it's okay if you can see it now, but you won't be able to see it when it's done. When it's done. Let's see if I can get it in there. Get it in there. And you can ask my bestie Sue, that Lenny Sue Lazo that's on the page right now in the comments. She's my best friend. That my husband does not preach feel good gospel. He preaches the fire and brimstone that we still need to hear, whether people think they do or not, because that's what's going to save you. It isn't going to be the feel good stuff. You know, the fuzzies, the warm and fuzzies isn't what's going to save you. Oh, what'd they say? December 8th, they have to put me to sleep to do the injections. Oh no! It was Mr. John. Mr. John did the teaching. Mr. John, the man in the overalls. Mr. John. Okay. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Let me get it measured out. Let me get it measured out. And this is the reason why I used, besides the color that's in the paper, was the reason why I chose the burlap for the base coat, was for this purpose. Was so that it would get down there. Get down there where you belong. Okay. Okay. All right. And it's a little bit narrower, but it's okay. It's okay. Come on. Come on, tacky glue. Do your job. I'm getting the glue everywhere. I'm getting the glue everywhere. So I have several replays to watch. Because like I said, I was at the doctor's office. And I was watching... Who was I watching? I was watching at one point in the doctor's office, but then the doctor walked in and I had to shut it down. You know, he didn't want to hear. I don't think he's into crafting. That's Paul. Oh, I sorry. Well, yeah, he did. I don't know why I was calling him Mr. John, but I did. It's Mr. Paul. I apologize. See, you straighten me out and I straighten you out. That's what we're good for, right, girlfriend? Okay. There we go. We got her down. Get back down there. I need to grab another wipe. Get this glue off of this corner right here. Some right there too. Okay. So now let's dry her up real quick. Hey Sheila, how you doing, beautiful? I pray he gets back to preaching soon. Yes, I do too. I'm praying for you too. I know he misses it, I'm sure. I know Brian, the 3 or 4 weeks that he didn't preach, the first time he got back up there in that pulpit, boy, the Holy Ghost got a hold of him because he was on fire. He was on fire. Hey, Laurie, how you doing? I'm always right. What are you saying? He's been so hard on me. What you have? I know. It's not the frou-frou fluff that tickles the ears. It's enough. Yeah, there's plenty of that frou-frou fluff going on a day-to-day issue. Never mind, and we don't want to hear it in the pulpit. You know, and there was the Gideon speaker we had last week when we went. He was talking about that, you know, things are changing. He's noticed in the last 10 years how they don't even have a pulpit. Some churches don't even have a pulpit. They just have a podium, and, you know, they got bands and lights and all the things. It's more entertainment than it is hearing the Word of God. And that's not right. He said, you know, he said, and that's just a sign of the end times. I was like, dude, where have you been? It's here now. It's here now. It's happening now. For some reason. What in the world? Come here. Come here. My paper's not. Oh, speak of the devil. There's my husband. He just pulled in. We need to put some more Mod Podge down. It's not sticking on this end. Not sticking on this end. We're just going to fix it, though. It's going to be. It's going to be. We don't want no air bubbles in there. Don't want the air bubbles in there at all. We're going to get her down. We're going to get her down. Okay. Don't know what happened there, but it's okay. We fixed it. It's fixable. It's fixable. For sure, for sure. Yes, praying for it for sure, for sure. We want Mr. Rogers' voice to come back because he's got to continue preaching that gospel. He's got to preach that gospel. And not the frou-frou kind. He don't anyway. Because I've heard him preach. And he doesn't preach the feel-good, tickle your ears kind of preaching. Roger doesn't preach that way. My husband doesn't preach that way. And I pray for the ones that do. Because that's not what God called you to do. It's not what God called you to do. Anyway. Alright. Now, next question is, this is our surface, and let me show you what this is going to look like. Now, we're still going to wax him up and all the things. Do you think, so that's what he's going to look like, but he's heavy and he's going to slide. That's what he's going to look like on there, okay? But I have the Dixie Belle Barn Red, and I thought about doing some dry brushing on this burlap, kind of like the opposite of what this paper is. So y'all give me a thumbs up or hearts or something to decide on if that's what we're going to do. Is that what we're going to do? Do a dry brush of the red on the frame, just on the edges, not a lot. Hey, Sandra, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Thank you for popping in. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, Sandra. Hey, Andrea, how you doing? How you doing? Thank you for being here. Okay, I'm getting a bunch of hearts, so I'm assuming that means yes, dry brush. Let's do the dry brush. So I'm just going to use one of these funky brushes from the Dollar Tree because it's kind of like a chip brush, right? Let's get this shook up. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Hey, Moody Cow Cottage. Hey, girl. Hey, how you doing? I can't remember your name. Hey, Joe. How you doing, girlfriend? How you doing? Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you. So we're just going to take a little bit of this red paint, this Dixie Belle Barn Red. I'm going to take my paper towel here, and we're just going to dab it off. You know, we're going to dab it off and dab it on, all the things. And get that all up in them bristles. Get it all up in them bristles. And I'm just going to go very lightly. We might have to go a little darker, like so. There we go. What y'all think? Yay, nay, maybe? I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Because it shows the wood. It shows the grain of the wood. It does, it does. And I'm not adding any more paint to my brush. I'm just using what's in there. Just having to turn it at a different angle to get it to give me the paint that's still in there. Because we put it all the way up in them bristles. Put it all the way up in them bristles. There we go. I like that. I like that. So what y'all think? You can't really see it It's not real pronounced, but it is on there. It is on there. Okay, let me see which one is we're going to do. Why are you still buckling? Why? Let's dry it. Let's dry it. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, thank you. Got a little buckle right there. I'm not liking. Not liking it at all. I don't put the brush in the water. It's okay. It's okay. Well, you know what, y'all? I probably need to do the edges too, right? So I'm going to take what's still on the towel here. We're going to go around to these edges as well. Because we want it all cohesive, right? We want it all cohesive. Might need a little bit more. Might need a little bit more. Well, thank you for stopping by, Sandra. Thank you, thank you. Hey, Loris, how you doing, beautiful? Where did I get the paper? It came out of a book that I got from the Hoblob. What did I do with it? That's not it. Is that one? It's one of these books. There it is. It came out of the Paper Studio, and it is Pine Street Square is what it's called. Pine Street Square. And I believe they still have it. But make sure you get it on half off, because this is the one of the $21.99 books. But I bought it last year. Last year or the year before. I think it was last year. I'm not sure. Not sure. There we go. Get a little darker on the edges. Might go a little darker on the front too. Just make it stand out a little bit more. Ooh, went a little heavy there, but that's okay. It's just paint. If you get too heavy, you can always go back over it with the regular color if you want to. But I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I think it just brings out the red in the paper, and it's going to make Santa's hat stand out a little bit more too. It is, it is. Yeah, my husband, poor husband's not feeling good. He's probably going to say, Joe, fix whatever you want. I'll eat soup. When he's not feeling good, he's a soup eater for sure. He likes his soup. Okay, I think that's enough. I think that's enough. Let me put that in the garbage before I end up putting my hand in it. What's that say? Love the paper. Where'd you get? Love the color and the shapes of the snowflake. I know, isn't it neat? I thought it was pretty cool. I pulled it out and I was like, oh yeah, that's what we're using. Let me just dry this up so I don't make more mess. Don't want to make no more mess. But yeah, what I was saying earlier about that, making that other Santa Claus that I did Saturday. I did it Friday. And brought it to her Saturday. Brought it to the booth Saturday. And then Saturday night I got a message. And it was sold. I was like, okay. Santa Claus is not sticking around long. Okay, so we're done with our surface for now. So now let's take our little ho-ho-ho. And we're going to zhuzh him up. Love this sister gotta go. Okay. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. Hey, Danae, how you doing? Yes, I'm happy you caught me too, girl. I'm happy you caught me too. All right, let's get another paper towel. Get another paper towel. And we're going to use Dixie Belle's Best Dang Wax. in the color brown. And I am going to go over it first with some bare clear wax. And the reason for that is so that if by chance I get too heavy-handed on the wax and I don't want it that heavy, that when you put the clear wax on, it's kind of like an eraser and it will pull it back off. I'll be able to pull it back off is what I'm saying. Let me see. Grab another brush here. So we're just going to use some of the clear wax first on his beard. And like I said, all that's going to do is keep it so that if I do get heavy-handed on the dark wax, and I don't want it that dark, when you put the clear wax on it, it's going to help it where you're able to take some of it back off. You understand what I'm saying? Thank you, Karen. Thank you. But yeah, when I went to the booth today to get that Santa back from her, the one that I finished, she said, you need to go ahead and invest in a bunch of those Santa prints if you can. She said, to get ready for next year. She said, because they seem to be a hot item. I said, yeah. And what got me is she told me the big one that I done, that I posted a picture on, the one with all the gold on it. Get this. A lady at the thrift store down the road, well, she's actually an antique collectible store. She's the one that bought that big Santa. She bought it and turned around and put it in her store and sold it within two hours of it sitting there. It sold. I was like, dang. I said, well, I reckon I need to do a bunch of them Santas, right? Where did you get the Santa? I got him from a yard sale several years ago because when my kids were little, well, before they moved out and I was still doing Santa at Christmas, they would, I had it in a vignette in my house. And, we don't decorate with Santa Claus anymore because we don't have, our kids are all grown up, right? So we don't do the Santa Claus. So I put him in my crafting stuff, and usually I put him in back here for y'all to see him. And I've had several people say that they like the Santa and wanted to know where I got it. And I was like, it was a yard sale find, but I really liked him. And they were like, oh man, you need to do something with that. So this past year when I packaged everything up and I put it in my Christmas stash stuff, I said, you know, I'm going to take somebody's advice and I'm going to use that in crafting this year. So that's what we're doing. I am going to go ahead and do the same thing to his hat. The white in his hat. And then we're going to rub it all back. So now he looks like a dirty Santa. Okay. Grab another paper towel right here. And we're just going to rub it back. And that way, anywhere that it got really heavy, it's not going to stay. As you can see, it's coming back off. And the reason why it's doing that is because I put the clear wax on there. So if you ever think, because I heard Mandy say that she was worried about putting the wax on her Santa because she didn't want to get too dark with it. And I told her in the comments to put some clear wax on it, but I don't think she's seen it. But that's all you have to do. If you're not sure about the coverage that you want on it, just put some clear wax on it. And you can just use just the regular, it's just regular clear furniture wax. That's all it is. Hey, Creations by Kim. How you doing, beautiful? Hey, Sue. How you doing, beautiful? Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. And it kind of acts as an eraser. Kind of acts as an eraser. So most of it is staying on there, but it's still just got the hint of where we added the wax to it. I'm not going to get all this paper towel in there because it's coming apart. Coming apart. I need to get a rag, and I got some. I just not sure what I do. Oh, here they are, right here. Dang. There we go. There we go. We got that one. That works better. Hey, honey. I'm live.
Okay. I don't have flu, don't have COVID, just severe.
Praise God. He don't have the flu or COVID.
Just got a severe sinus infection.
He's just got a severe sinus infection.
Which that's what I knew it was anyway.
Yeah.
And,
well, they just do that for precautions, so they don't want to get anybody else.
I asked them to call in some augmentin and prednisone.
Okay.
So,
I'll go get it tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay. So now, can y'all see the difference in the Santa and the shading around the edges, around the wrinkles in his beard? Did y'all hear my husband? Praise God, he don't have the flu or COVID. Yeah, yeah. Which I didn't think he did because he wasn't running no fever. Wasn't running no fever at all. At all. He's just feeling cruddy. Just feeling cruddy and coughing a lot. A lot. Okay, so let's go ahead and put him on here because we only got about 6 minutes left. Now, I'm going to put him closer to the top because I have, now y'all going to have to help me on this. I've got this little sign here that says Merry Christmas, and I was going to put the little black bow right there to cover up the hole. And we could put that down there. Now that I look at it, I'm not really jiving because of the bright white. The bright white. So I'm thinking that maybe we could use this one here, and it says Merry Christmas, because, you know, that's what Santa says, is Merry Christmas. But he won't fit because he's too tall. So we could slide him over just a little bit and put the Merry Christmas in the corner, like so. Like so. Whoop. What do y'all think? The little Merry Christmas on there? Yes, I am too, Danae. I am too. Hey, Christine. How you doing, beautiful? Or I have this one here, but I'm really not liking the galvanized with it. Just not. So what y'all think? The little one or the big one? The little one or the big one? Cheryl, I got him from a yard sale several years ago. Should we use the big one with the white Merry Christmas? And it would sit kind of like so. And we would push him up, of course. Like that. We'll put that up there. And then I would put the little black bow over top of. Now I can dirty up the white edges so they're not quite so bright. What do y'all think? Need your help. Ollie says the little one. The little one. Okay. Cheryl says gorgeous. Thank you, Cheryl. Okay, we got two littles. Got none for the other, so we're going to put a little one on there. We're going to put a little one on there, just like so. Okay, because he is so blame heavy, we are going to use the heavy body gel because he is, he's Plastered Paris and he's heavy, heavy, heavy. He's super heavy. He's super heavy. So we are going to use this, and he won't never come off. Unless the paper tears, it just won't come off. So I'm only going to put it in certain areas. I'm not going to put it all over it. I'm going to put it right here on this ball. And then put the rest is going to be hot glue. Because I don't want it to squish out. You know what I'm saying? Because it will. And it will dry clear, but it dries glossy. And I don't care for that. I'm not a glossy girl. I'm a matte kind of girl. I'm a matte kind of girl. I like the matte. Okay. And, oh my goodness, I'm all tangled up with everything else over here. Let me have my glue tool. So we're going to put him, I'm going to put him down, put him down, put him down. Okay. Let's flip him over. Let's flip him over. Oop, blue string. Let's see if I can do this without dropping him, right? We don't want to drop him. I'm just eyeballing it, y'all. So he's down now. He's down now. And I'm just going to use hot glue on this little sign right here. And then I'll put a hanger on it. And he will be complete. Because I was thought about some greenery. But then I thought, well, I feel like greenery will take away from the actual Santa. And I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. So this is what he looks like, y'all. This is what he looks like. Ain't he cute? I think he's adorable. I think he's adorable. Now, he's heavy. He's heavy for sure. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And up after me is Joyce with Creations by J&J. So y'all don't want to miss out on something. She'll have something creative as well. And I appreciate y'all being here. I love each and every one of you. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting me and all the love you share and the prayers. And I thank you so, so much for being here. And thank you again, Ollie, for having me. And I will see y'all in the comments because now I got to go in the house and cook some supper. I got to go cook some supper. So Miss Joyce is up next. And we still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more people after me. So we still got a little while. Our last presenter comes on at 9 o'clock tonight. So we'll be doing good until 10 tonight. Eastern time, y'all. Eastern time. So I love y'all. Y'all have a blessed afternoon, evening. Take care of yourself. And remember, you're never alone because God loves you and Laurie loves you. God loves you more, but Laurie loves you too. Y'all have a blessed afternoon. Take care of yourself. And thank you again for being here. Bye for now.